Hello and welcome to the third tutorial in this series. Now to hello and welcome to the third tutorial in this series of how to become a professional web designer and make a lot of money and start your company. If you're new to this channel, you can check the links below. We already have 2 lessons already done on this course, so this is our third lesson, and the first 2 lessons are a follow-up to what we are going to be doing here. So please, you do well to check those videos if you have not accessed them before now. All right, right now we're going to be talking about the next on our agenda, and that is how to register a domain name. All right, like we have already established in our previous lessons, there are several domain hosting companies available out there, and you will do well to really do your research, because not all of them are very dependable and offer great services. Like I said, in Nigeria we have both local web hosting companies and we have international web hosting companies. Okay, though I used to advise that if you're just starting, it is better for you to start with a local company where you can easily make calls to them, message them, and they can always be here for you, since you are dealing with Nigerian company, unlike if you're dealing with an international company. Though international companies are a bit more dependable and they offer better services, but then these days we have great, some few great web hosting companies that are operational in Nigeria. So please, the only thing I want to say is that you have to be very careful when you're choosing one. Always remember that the cheaper a plan is, the riskier it is for you to patronize. So please don't go for something that is cheap. Make sure that you go for something that is dependable. Okay, and like I used to say, the web hosting company, I use 2 web hosting companies in Nigeria personally, and they have been very fantastic, honestly very fantastic, and I'm going to be recommending them to you. The one I'm going to be recommending to you for this particular tutorial will be Among Web Hosting Company. You can check the link in the description box under this video, and you will see a link where I wrote there that if you want to purchase a web hosting from Among Web Hosting Company, okay, so once you use that link, the link brings you to their home page. Once again, this is a web hosting company that I so much recommend. They have fantastic and very dependable service. That is one, and they have a nice customer care service. Trust me, that is very, very important. Sometimes when you go for an international web hosting company, sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to chat them up or to call them if you run into any problems. And we also have several local companies that have a very poor customer service, but these guys, they have live chats on their website. In fact, they are on WhatsApp. You can always chat them up anytime. You can call them at any time. If you run into any technical issue, they are always there to help you. Okay, I want to recommend them. They are wonderful. Okay, they are wonderful. So once you are on their home page, you come to this place and type in the website address that you are intending to use to build your website. Remember what I said? By now I expect you to have inscribed the name of the website, the web address you want to use on a sheet of paper, so that in case if one is not available, that means if somebody has bought it already, you can always change it. Okay, so for the sake of this tutorial, I will just use, this is not existing, I just want to use it for an example. So I'm going to type in Secus Digital Comp. Please make sure that your domain name is not difficult.com. circlesdigitalcomp.com, and then I'm going to press search. As you can see, we have different types. We have .com, you can use .net, you can use .gov, you can use .edu, you can use .online, depending. So if your web hosting address is available, that means nobody has bought it or used it before. You will see this message saying congratulations, circlesdigitalcomp.com is available. So that means I can go ahead and pay for this domain name. Okay, so I'm adding it to cart. All right, and mind you, the reason why we have it for 4,400 naira is because I'm using a .com. Okay, if you are using a .com.ng, you can see here that it's cheaper. This is just 1,000 naira. Can you beat that? Can you beat that? That's the price for cake at ShopRite. If you choose .biz, it is 3,290. If you choose .net, it's 4,450. All right, so I'm choosing a .com, and that is why it's giving me 4,400 naira. So once that is done, I click add to cart. Okay, after adding to cart, I click to checkout. All right, so it takes me here. All right, so this is circlesdigitalcomp.com telling me that I don't have an hosting. Click to add. Remember that there's a difference between buying a domain name and hosting it, and it is always better for you to buy your domain name and host it with the same web hosting company. All right, so what you do here is that you go, in this case, you go to no hosting, you click on the click to add. All right, it takes you here. Okay, so in this their plan, they have 3 different hosting plan for you. We have the starter plan, which is 390 naira per month. You can imagine that is very, very cheap. 390,000 naira per month. That's around another 4,000 naira in a year. Okay, this is the business plan, which is for 850 naira per month, and then we have the VIP plan, which is for 3,500 naira per month. The question is, which one should you go for? It all depends on what you want to do with your website. If it's a small website or you are just beginning, it's always good for you to go for the starter plan. Don't worry about all the functionalities here. It will always serve you. You don't have to bother about that. But if you think you want to go for a bigger plan, then you can go for the business plan, and you can also go for the VIP plan. So for the sake of this tutorial, let's do with the starter plan. So you come to starter plan and click on order now. All right, so it takes you to this point. Choose a domain. Okay, this is our domain here. All right, so you will see it here already. All right, so you go for use. Can you see that? Go for use. All right, so you can see what we have here. What we have here is starter plan. This. Okay, so you click on continue here. Remember, it's by the side. Continue. All right, so it takes you to this place again. Takes you here. You can see how the thing here already. So you click on continue. Okay, so you're going to be paying a total of 6,180 naira. So you click to checkout again. Okay, so that means all is going to cost you to get your domain name and hosting ready is just 6,180 naira. So you come to this checkout, you fill in your name, your last name, your email address. Please make sure you use a valid email address, your phone number, okay, your company name, which is not compulsory. All of these are not compulsory. Just fill in all the information. They are pretty straightforward. You scroll down forget about all of this. We don't need any of this for now. We can always make do with what we have already. Okay, so when you get here, very important, when you get here, you're going to choose your payment method. Do you want to use your ATM card, Visa? They take Visa, they take Verve, they take Mastercard, and they take USSD code. Okay, so if it is PayPal, if you are the type that use PayPal, you can use PayPal to pay. And if you want to use mobile bank transfer, you can also do that. So you click the one that you want to use. In this case, I've clicked our ATM card. Okay, join our mailing list. This one is if you want them to be sending mails to you, you click this. If you don't want, you click no. Okay, then you come to this last tick box and click I have read and agree to the terms of service. Okay, you click it and then you complete order. So once you complete order, it goes ahead, charge you on the payment method that you have used, and then it takes you straight to the next place, and now you are about to start building your website. Now, after you have paid for your web your domain name and your hosting successfully, now listen to this. The next thing it does is that they're going to send a message to your email. Okay, you can check your email. They will send a message to your email. Now in that message, you are going to see two details. Number one, they're going to send to you what we call the cpanel details. What do I call it? The cpanel details. Okay, and what you're going to see in that cpanel is, number one, your username and then a password. They will send that to you automatically once you have finished paying. So once you are done, once you see that message, then you come back online and click on your domain name. Okay, and type your domain name in the web in the browser, which is going to be, for example, www. I use circles digital comp.com slash, did you see that, slash cpanel. Okay, in the email they would have given you these details. Okay, don't worry, they will give you the details, but in case maybe you did not see the detail for one reason or another, you come to your browser and clicking the domain name that you just registered. After clicking the domain name, you're going to click slash cpanel. Okay, and enter it. Once you do that, it's going to take you to this point. Okay, so here you are expected to type in your cpanel username that has been sent to your email box and the password that has been sent to your email box. Are you getting me? Once you do that, you can press login. Okay, so once you log in, it takes you to something that looks like this. All right, takes you to something that looks like this. So once you get here, you scroll down and come to and look for software. You come here, okay, and you can see software. Then you come to WordPress Manager by Softaculous. Okay, so you come to this place and click on this WordPress. Okay, what are we trying to do here? What we are trying to do here is that we are trying to load WordPress on the domain name that we have just registered, so that we can start building our WordPress. Because remember, without the WordPress you cannot build your website. So what we are doing now in that our cpanel is to load WordPress on our domain name so that we can start building. Okay, once you get there, it's going to take you to this point, and where it's going to ask you to install. Okay, it's going to ask you to install, so you're going to click on install, and then it takes you to this point again. All right, install. Okay, you can just use quick install. Okay, just press quick install here. Then you come down here, you leave this first field, you leave it the way it is, Then the second field, you make sure that this place is empty. Now my own is empty. Some used to come with a particular number. Yeah, if it came with a particular number, remove the number. Make sure that this directory is empty. Okay, this place, make sure that it is your domain name. You would have seen your domain name there already, and if you have more than one domain name, if you click the drop down, you'll see a lot. Like this one, I have a lot of domain names here. Okay, that's why we are seeing all of this. But in your own case, you're going to see only your domain name. So you come down. You can leave this place like this, leave this place like this. You can always change this later. You come to this place, account admin. Then here you are going to put in a new username. Okay, a new username. So in this case, I'm going to write test tutorial. Then password, you're going to choose a password that is unique to you. Okay, you're going to choose a password that is unique to you. Email address, you can put in your normal email address that you have been using. Your language should be in English. All right, this place, please leave this place the way it is and move on. Okay, just move on. All right, move on. Then when you get to this place, you click install. Okay, once you click install, then your WordPress will be installed successfully. Okay, so once you have done that, then you are done with the process of installing WordPress on your website. All right, now after your installation has been successful, now you want to log into that website. Remember, we have already done two processes. The first thing we did is to buy our domain name and and host it with amonweb.com. Then after we have paid in amonweb.com successfully, we go to www.ourwebsite.com or .net or whatever it is that you bought, and put /cpanel. Okay, after going to /cpanel, you go there and look for software coolers and install WordPress. After installing WordPress, then you come to this last process. This is the last process for you to get your domain name ready. So you're going to press again your website, www. Let me use my website here. In your own case, you're going to use the domain name that you just registered. Okay, mrco.com. Then another slash. Remember the last time you did a slash, you used cpanel, but in this case, you don't want to log in into cpanel again. You want to log in into WordPress that you just installed on your domain name. So this time around, you're not going to put /cpanel, rather you're going to put wp-admin. Okay, wp-admin. Can you see that? Okay, this is how to log in into WordPress, and then you press enter. All right, so it takes you here. Now, what username are you going to use here? You're not going to use the username that was sent to your email address. Remember, that username and password is used to log in into cpanel. It's not going to be used in this case. In this case, you're going to use the username and the password that you used here. Okay, remember that you just used one here. Okay, this is the username and the password that you're going to use to log in into this place. Okay, so in my own case, I already have it here. All right, you can see that, and then you're going to click login. Okay, congratulations, it takes to this point. At this point, you have completed everything that you need to do to install WordPress on your domain name. So you should clap for yourself. At this point, you have successfully installed WordPress on your domain name. So this is the back end. This is where you're going to be doing everything you need to do to design and to update and to upgrade and to do everything you need to do on your website. Okay, so we're going to be ending this tutorial at this point. Remember, if you have any question at all, because I know this is a little bit of a process, okay, you can always drop your question in the comment section. I promise to read them and get back to you as quick as possible. Just drop in your question and I will do all I can to answer them. Please, if you have not watched the previous tutorials, we already have 2 tutorials ahead of us already. Please go to the link below. You will see the tutorial 1, the tutorial 2 link in the description below. Just click them and make sure you watch them so that you can understand this 3rd tutorial. Please remember to subscribe to this channel if you have not done that, and also help me by liking and sharing this video if it made sense to you in any form. Thank you very much and see you in the next class.